Hello, everybody. I'm B, and I'm playing Violet.
Happy Friday. I am Alex, and I am playing Cyrus Eldermar.
Hi, everyone. I am Sarah, and I'm playing Cynder.
Hey, everybody. I'm Gino, and I am playing the Ashen One.
Hello, I am Nick. I am back, and I am still playing Val.
And I am Hubelio, your dungeon master.
Oh, wait, not yet. Okay, I'm just Hubelio, your dungeon master. How's it going, everybody? What's up? It's time for another episode of Rise of the Leviathan. And I don't know if you guys have been tuning in, there's a noticeable difference as far as the number of people we have on screen, because we are finally graced with the presence of our
It's okay, guys. I'll be the only one that gets excited.
6th cast member.
I was waiting for Hubelio to finish because I'm not rude as fuck. I wasn't going to interrupt. So.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, same.
Welcome back, Nick.
Well, fuck you guys.
Thank you. It
Welcome
is
back,
good to be
Nick.
back, and I'm
Yes,
definitely
yes.
excited to jump back into it. I've been fiending to get back in.
Do you
All
still
right.
remember how to play D&D?
It involves dice at some point. and
Okay,
I'll start
we'll
there.
be good. We got this.
Okay. Sarah, do you want to do our little announcement before we
Oh.
kind of get involved with stuff?
Yeah. Hi,
Cool.
guys. Hello. All right. So, there's a lot of stuff going on out there. And, here at the Eldritch Outcast, we just like to take a moment just to remind everyone, take care of yourselves. Watch out for your friends, your loved ones, your neighbors, your community. Because, there's a lot happening. So, you know what? Take that long rest, take that short rest, whatever you need to do. And remember that the party is always strongest together. That is my PSA for today. Thank you.
What a great PSA. Take a break, take a rest. One thing that we kind of went into last session, we had our break last week, but 2 weeks ago, that was 2 weeks ago, we had a little bit of a break from the normal run-of-the-mill D&D stuff that we do, and we were kind of talking about meals, eating. There was a hoedown, everybody was dancing and stuff. I want to know, what is your character's favorite meal? Think about it for a second.
Does it have to be like a full spread, or can I just be like, oh, her favorite food is?
It could just be a favorite food. That's fine.
Violet's favorite food has to be like cherry pie.
Mm.
She could fuck up a whole cherry pie by herself, for sure.
I think for Cynder, it'd probably be something that has that sweet and spicy mix to it. Like maybe
Squirrel.
some. No.
Yes.
Unlike Cynder,
Yeah.
No.
only spicy.
No. Squirrel. I'm looking dead in the camera, but I'm looking at you, especially Juno. No. Squirrel.
I think she goes more for like the chipmunk, like the squirrel variant.
Oh, are they
chipmunk,
sweeter? Maybe they
Yeah.
have like a nuttier,
I
like-
think, yeah.
You know what is so interesting? Cynder is just minding her business,
Mhm.
and everyone just wants to associate her with that guy in particular.
You literally were so eager. You're like, Belly was like, "This is Bombrin," and before we knew who Bombrin was, you're like, "I wish to charm Bombrin." I
I'm pretty
wanted to
sure
quarrel
there
with him.
was. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of reticence and reluctance to it. Okay.
Mhm.
Didn't sound like it. It was like,
Yeah, I didn't sound like it.
I
Yeah, you
want
were
to charm him
definitely-
right now.
Okay. If we ever do like professional video editing in the future and we retroactively do stuff, I would like that video editor to go back and do a quick little montage
Like a
of
clip.
all of my and Cynder's emotional distress for all of those scenes.
It's just like floating
Thank
in
you.
from the
Take it up
side.
with HR.
It's fine. It's fine.
So I still want to know what Cynder's favorite food is.
Yeah, you never answered. Why is
I
that?
was trying to. Something that's sweet and spicy, kind of like a
Well-
marinade. Stop it! Not squirrel. I hereby pass the mic.
Oh no.
Anyone else? Thank you.
No. Just finish it up. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Please. I still want to know, Sarah.
I'm on mute now. Ask
Oh.
someone else. Thank you.
Okay. Let's
I'll
throw it
stick
to let's throw it to Alex.
Cyrus, easy peasy, even though they're seasonal in Rymore, but just blueberries with the lightest touch of sugar on them.
Okay. All right. What about the Ashen one?
Sorry, I was. Never mind. It's not important. Ash doesn't really enjoy food. Yeah. So
He probably eats people.
Wesley.
yes,
Oh my
Ash
God.
loves
That's where he's
The
going.
flavor
He's gonna
of
go kill
Wesley.
Don't put that energy out there.
what? I'm sorry, we're streaming. We're
Okay.
professional. I can't explain it, so I'm just gonna cut myself off here for posterity's sake. And
Perfect.
yeah, self-censor.
Okay.
Hopefully that works better for you than it does me.
How about Varan Val?
Oh, there is a dish that is certainly an acquired taste, but it's a holiday dish served by the Valkyrie at the halfway point, and it is fermented shark.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's something that you usually eat with large amounts of alcohol.
I bet it's
So-
got a little bit of bite to it.
But
Well, how much psychic damage is that?
You kill sharks to eat them? I hate the Valkyrie. That's it. I'm racist.
Yeah, don't you know sharks are endangered?
Sorry.
That's as bad as shark fin soup.
Probably have that at the end.
Oh man. Can we hear the Cynder one again? or for the
It was
first time?
squirrel, right? That's what I
Nope.
got from that. The sweet
no,
and spicy squirrel.
we're gonna have to find out in the session or in
Okay.
some session in the future.
Sarah, is there one NPC you'd like to know what their favorite meal is
Or
or
eat.
their favorite food? Any one NPC that you've come across so far in the campaign?
You know what? Let's go with the goats, and that is going to be Skeeve and Steve.
Ooh. He probably is also really down with that fermented shark, but it's gonna be that the specialty that you can only get at the Soggy Rat Tavern, the hot brown.
See, now you just lied, Jubs. You can get the hot brown at the bazaar.
The market, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, ironically
you-
enough,
You
when you
might
have fermented shark, you do get the hot brown afterwards. So that's
Unless you
Can
have
we
a
just-
high
can we play?
constitution.
Can we just play, guys?
Yeah, they're getting really derailed.
I love it. All right, yeah, let's be wizards and shit. Here we go.
We have 0 wizards in this
Yeah,
party.
not one
Not one.
person is a wizard.
Uh
Dungeon Master doesn't count.
You don't count.
aw.
Okay. So when Cyrus eventually kills Cynder because they keep butting heads, maybe I'll roll in with a wizard then.
Okay. All right.
Well, I got to kill the Ashen one first.
Oh,
We got-
whoa,
we
hey,
got-
hey.
we got
Yeah, he's
priorities.
gotta make his rounds, yeah.
We got priorities.
You know,
All right, guys. Enough tomfoolery. It's time to get into the session. All right. So, the planet Rymore is a world of extremes. Lava-stained mountaintops tower over sheer cliffs that dive down into boiling seas. Plateaus jut up from deep gorges that swallow anything unfortunate enough to fall in deep into an underdark-like region beneath the planet's surface. Windswept sands buffet anything unlucky enough to find its way into multiple arid deserts. While many of the natural features of Rymore are punishing, there are none that are more relentless, more destructive, and more disruptive than the turn of the seasons. Every year on Rymore, a new season dawns and presents its own set of challenges that force adaptation, resourcefulness, and survival above all else. Near the close of this current season, the waters cover a majority of Rymore, and the waves rage, with many storms roaming across the waterscape, unhampered and unworried by coastlines or continental expanses. The waves roll ever onward, and are constantly in turmoil. Deep below those waves, beneath sea creatures, plankton, and jellyfish, there is a community that does rest. It sleeps. The agriculture district is one of the quietest places in Seagate. In fact, almost as soon as the jelly light fades, so does the consciousness of most of the city's farm folk. All sleep, save one. Cynder, Violet, Cyrus, you are all roused from your slumber from strange noises coming from the Ashen One's chamber.
I think. Oh, Alex, go ahead.
Well, I just want to clarify about those strange noises because last session they were very decidedly scary, strange noises. And to us, is it quite clearly like, oh, that's not just the Ashen One telling himself a joke in there. Like that's something up.
I think that there's something up here.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Cynder is going to rouse from her sleep, and she's going to kind of cautiously approach Ash's room.
Do you open the door?
She's just going to give a little polite knock. Not
Okay.
quite sure what's going on in there, not wanting to, invade his privacy.
Sure.
At this point, Violet's kind of peeking her head out her door. What was that?
I don't know. Ash, are you in there? Knock, knock, knock.
That's a great question, Hubelia, which I'm going to ask you.
Mhm.
Is Ash still in here? And can you remind me the layout of this room? Is there a window? That's my question.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, as you knock, the first thing you hear is that breathing, like calling kind of just sound again, the leave me.
It doesn't sound like you're all right.
Leave me.
Violet, I think something's wrong.
Is Cyrus out in the hallway yet?
I mean, my original plan was immediately kicking the door in, but that's kind of not really feasible at the moment. So where is the Ashen One's room in relation to other folks's?
I think you all are going to be on the first floor, probably next to Cynder's and across the hall from Violet's and Cyrus's.
Okay. So then I'm probably out unarmored, and most nearly unarmed. Just the rapier. And I want to head down whichever way the hall leads to the door out. Because I want to circle around, excuse me, and see if I can't peek in the window.
Okay.
Ash, not knowing obviously anybody is outside the window or peeking around the window, is going to finish his transformation, his shift, and he is going to just mindlessly claw at his head as he's getting flooded with so much in that moment, so much just overstimuli and knowledge and memories just kind of crashing back in and out. But at the same time, he's also having a hard time maintaining just that mental humanity in this moment, through the just agonizing pain of that change. And you kind of just hear him, just and then he's like, he turns and maybe his voice doesn't go that high. He's way past puberty, but he turns and I'm gonna have him crash through the window and bolt.
I was going to say, as he is making those rather horrid, not prepubescent sounds, I think at that point, as those sounds kind of keep on going, Cynder would go ahead and Eldritch Blast the door.
Okay.
Because something ain't right in there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even gonna try the doorknob?
No.
Okay.
There's a time and a place for a doorknob. Now's not the time.
Okay.
And just as Ash, well, do I have to do a strength check to break this window at all before I continue this?
Make an athletics roll.
Athletics. I swear to God, if you ruin this amazing moment by making me just slam into the window and drop and like not break through it at all, I will leave.
It wouldn't be Jub's though. It'd be your dice's fault.
Fuck. Let's see. One sec. Give me a sec. Oh,
It's like the dog running into the glass door.
Yes. You said I'm doing an athletics.
Yeah, athletics.
Does an 11 work? That's the right dice, right? I actually should make sure of that. I think I took the other one out. Yes. Does an 11 work? Please say yes.
So, and a few things happen simultaneously here. So Cyrus rounds the corner of the building. Cynder has her hand kind of like flat up against the door, and like the entire door kind of like glows a little bit before getting kind of almost blown off its hinges. And Violet's kind of just like kind of peeking over Cynder's shoulder, I imagine. And this form, you see this thing in front of you. And I'm actually going to put it up here. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but the audience definitely will. So this is the thing that stands before you. And it slams into the window and kind of slides out into the grass nearby. And in the shatter of glass, Cynder, you and Violet see it exiting the room quickly. Cyrus, it kind of just enters your field of view probably about 50 feet away from you as you're kind of coming around from the outside. And Ashen, what are you doing after you
go through that window?
Yeah.
He jumps through the window and kind of lands on the ground in a probably more animalistic kind of crouch. His joints his hind legs are bent, kind of inverted at the knee. And then he slowly kind of just like slinks up, like his body kind of rolling up as he stands, and he looks briefly at Cyrus before turning to Cynder, and very quietly, like almost like inaudible, he just kind of says, "Thea," and then bolts.
With that, Cynder is going to have a really fucking perplexed look on her face, and she is going to follow. And if it comes to a point where it'd be more efficient to fly, then that is what she would do. Because what the fuck?
And is it nighttime still? Sorry.
Oh yes, it's in the middle of the night. And
Perfect.
Cynder, you and Cyrus both see this thing start moving at a speed that is not really in the realm of possibility for most bipedal humanoids. It's moving pretty fast. So, Cynder, you would almost need to immediately take to the air to keep up with this thing.
Okay. I do that. I do that.
Okay. Now, Violet, you see Cynder follow after this thing that goes through the Ashen One's window. What are you doing?
Probably also making my way from down out the window, probably a little bit more carefully because of the broken glass. I would probably be falling behind in this chase. Can you clarify something for me, Hubelio? The creature that I saw as in front of us as Ash, is it any familiar to the one from my nightmare that exhausted me?
Quite a bit. There are many similarities here.
Understood.
Many similarities. So I think it's only Violet that's going to recognize this thing as well.
I was the only victim.
Cyrus, are you giving chase?
Yeah, two things that are happening at once. As soon as I see this monster that's definitely not the Ashen One running away, I'm going to pop Oz out to look, to float or fly over to Ash's window, look in and check up on Ash while I take off after the monster. And then Oz will be able to catch up to me because he's fast.
Yep. Yeah, there's no sign of the Ashen One in the Ashen One's room for sure. And Ash, I believe, Juno, I believe that I know where the Ashen One is headed. Am I correct in this in probably knowing the general direction the Ashen One is going?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
obviously I'm gonna want to lose these lovely enriching minus Violet party members. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That's a joke. But yeah, I would like to, during this chase scene, because he's kind of like a fleeing creature in this moment.
Yep.
Just running towards essentially his subconscious kind of safe grounding spot, which is towards who we know he's running towards.
Yep. Okay.
And yeah, so he's going to try to stealth, and he has spider climb, so he is going to utilize everything to the best of his ability to lose them.
Okay.
Especially because his fur is dark and it's night out.
Cynder, what's your fly speed?
I believe it is 30 feet, but let me double check.
Okay.
Yes, it is 30 feet, but I am flying at, oh gosh, how do they say it? Diagonal, like birds do, because they don't have to worry about obstacles.
Yep.
And I'm also utilizing all of my inherent abilities, such as lay dark vision, such as it is, to try and help facilitate me not losing track of this creature, friend? Question mark? Not sure.
What's the distance of your dark vision?
60 feet.
Okay. So you guys give chase to this creature for, I want to say, probably about half an hour. It is decidedly running west and slightly south. At this point, I'd like, as long as I'm assuming you're all like sprinting, dashing. Everyone's probably dashing here.
Yeah.
The Ashen One, Juno. I'm gonna say Juno.
That's me.
Juno. I'm assuming that at some point there's going to be a momentary pause in the dashing to attempt
Smell
to
the air. Scent.
Smell and stealth is what I'm thinking. So with the diagonal movement, with the pausing for sniffing and stealthing, let's get a perception check from Cyrus and Cynder and Violet. You said you're probably dropping back a little bit. Are you trying to keep pace?
It took me a second to get out of the window, so I'm
Okay.
probably just lagging a little bit behind, but not too much.
Okay. So it would probably be a disadvantaged perception for you, Violet, and then everyone
Okay.
else is just a straight perception. And then Juno, go ahead and make that stealth roll real quick.
And I've got because Oz is much quicker than I am.
Yep.
He has a 60-foot fly speed. So
Ooh.
I have him hauling ass after Ash, trying to, and that's my beacon, is he's just directly above the action one. Do you want me to make a perception check for me and a perception check for Oz?
Okay. Yes.
Jubs, you made me waste a natural 20.
Perfect.
I still got a 22 though.
Okay. What's our stealth roll, Juno?
Yeah, I'm looking at that. It's not great.
Good.
It is going to be an 11, but I did. There was something that I did want to do.
Okay.
I wanted to use speak with animals, and the reason for that is because I wanted to, if there are any like birds or anything in the area, I want them to swarm Cynder and the owl.
Make an animal handling check real quick.
I will.
Sounds like that might slow down your escape, though, because you'd have to pause for an action to.
I'm already
cast
pausing
magic.
right now.
Cynder, what was your
Natural 20.
Okay.
My perception roll was a dirty 20.
Okay. And Cyrus?
Mine wasn't good. Excuse me, but Oz got a 21.
Okay.
21, yeah.
So what you are all seeing at this moment, Cynder, Violet, Cyrus, is this creature is kind of maneuvering like, I don't know if you've ever seen the 1990s hit cartoon series Gargoyles.
I love that show.
Oh, I have seen the gargoyles.
I have not.
I have. Oh my god, I've seen something Sarah hasn't. Oh my god.
That's not saying much, B.
So
Let me be happy.
the method with which this creature is traversing past buildings, because it's quickly leaving the agriculture district and getting into the university district, and it's very much like just leaping from building to building and like clawing at the building materials of the buildings in the university district. So it's like kind of like parkouring up vertical walls, and it's like you notice that it's very, very acrobatic, lithe, beast-like in a lot of ways. But yeah, very much like the gargoyles, like climbing on walls. Once you get to the university district, it turns pretty much due south. And now for Cyrus and Cynder and for Oz, no, just for Oz and Cynder, make another perception roll at disadvantage. Violet and Cyrus can just make normal perception rolls. Because there was a slowdown of sorts, Violet would have caught up to the point where they can make just a straight perception roll.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
18 for Cyrus and 15 for Oz.
I'm going to use one of my features to just make it a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
That's going to be a 21.
Okay. Juno, make that stealth roll.
With advantage?
Nope.
A 12.
Okay.
I should get a black fur at night advantage, but you know, I'll take the 12.
Unfortunately, we have a whole lot of dark vision going around.
Lame.
Sorry, not sorry.
So this creature is getting further away from you, even though you are seeing where it's going. It's getting further away. And after another hour, it stretches its lead by quite a bit. Oz is still able to keep up. So everyone, including Oz, is going to need to roll perception at disadvantage.
So another hour on top of the 30 minutes?
Yeah.
How many times are you making us roll perception checks with disadvantage? I only got so many good rolls in me today, man.
Let's get them all out.
And then, what about the birds? Are the birds gonna attack them?
The birds are preventing Oz from seeing clearly at this point. Yeah.
You know, I'd like to say this as things are getting a little bit trixier, trying to, track down our quarry. I think Cynder would like to send out her snake friend as well. If I recall correctly, its fly speed is 35 feet.
Okay.
We're just going to add more chaos to the mix
Sure.
at this point.
Sure. It can also roll at disadvantage for perception.
Oh, that's not a bad roll.
I got a 15.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay.
Powerful 6 for me, and
Let's
a
go.
dirty 20 for the Ozman.
And let's see. This is my first time rolling from my snake buddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juno, go ahead and make that stealth roll.
I did. I got a natural 20 plus 2 for my stealth. So
Okay.
fuck y'all.
Okay,
Get
the
fucking
second we-
We're trying to help you.
The second we lose sight on him, I want to cast locate object on his little handle sword weapon thing.
There we go.
Yep. Okay.
Snake friend got a 3.
Okay.
You're too smart, B.
So the locate object is what, within 1,000?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's going to be enough that everyone loses this creature in the university district. And then Violet is able to keep track through this spell into the trade district. And this is a very familiar path at this point in time because you've taken it multiple times. And even though you've fallen behind, let's see, 10 rounds, probably, I know that I'm stretching the time movement paradigm here, but he's just barely, he's going to leave your like radius. How long does a locate
10
object?
minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. He's going to leave the radius of your spell, but you're basically like tracking him in a straight line south. And if you continue on this path, you're probably going to pick his trace up here in probably about 5 minutes. So like there will be time left on your locate object where you will be able to find out that he has stopped at the Wicks and Whiskers store. So for a few minutes, Juno, this creature has given the party the slip. And what are you doing at the Wicks and Whiskers here?
I'm going to push my way through the door.
Okay.
But once I get through the door, I'm going to kind of like creep slowly, scenting the air. So he's going to kind of be on his like hands and knees. I'm assuming, yeah, it's night. So it's probably locked, so he's probably just going to push his way through that door and head in following the scent.
Yeah, you would definitely be able to like claw your way through some of the materials of the front door. It's kind of like partially wooden door, partially like tent fabric material. So you kind of claw your way through. Let me get a perception check with advantage because you've got the scent stuff. So you're taking a big old whiff.
A big old whiff. And all this is visible since it's like, night and it's a little bit cooler, especially since it's underwater. It would be colder down here. So you can see his breaths kind of billowing through the cloths and fabrics.
Yep.
And that perception roll with advantage is going to be a wonderful 17.
Okay. So two familiar scents strike your nostrils. The first is the proprietor of the Wicks and Whiskers. Wesley's scent is heavy on the air. And then a scent that you haven't smelled for maybe 5 or 6 days. You smell Varan Vel.
He's going to shake his head kind of violently for a sec as if to clear his nose when he smells Varan Vel. And he's going to follow Wesley's scent. I'm trying to word this as specific as possible so that it doesn't just turn into a straight up monster romance book. But hear me out with this. I think he's going to be a little possessive as he's kind of making his way towards Wesley.
Okay. You see that there's a light on in the back room where Wesley identified some items for the party a few days ago. And there are no lights on anywhere else in the shop because of course it's the middle of the night. And coming out of the back room, you see Wesley dressed in his normal white and blue robes with a kind of like a light blue vest and a darker blue overcoat kind of robe. And he says, who's there? And he has a staff in one hand that is glowing red with magical energy.
In the shop, how the layout is with all the kind of like hanging clothes, he is going to slowly stand out of the center of those clothes, and is towering at about 7 feet. He is going to look down towards Wesley across the way and say in like a deep kind of guttural voice, "Wesley, help me."
Okay.
No, stop rolling.
Let's see. As he holds his staff high, he's got it in both hands now, pointed towards you. He says, "Ash, is that you?"
Yes.
He immediately drops the staff. He says, oh my, Helene, Are you all right?
Hurts everywhere.
Are you still standing upright at this point?
Yes.
Okay. He's going to immediately begin casting a spell, and his hand glows green as he tries to cast Cure Wounds on you.
Since I am fully healed, like, you know, we didn't discuss any damage type of stuff with this.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that although it doesn't necessarily like heal anything, it will spread kind of like a warmth through his body. He does feel that warmth, and
Oh God!
the tension in his
Go ahead.
You're good. We'll go right with that. I just, yeah.
Oh gods! Val, come here! And from the back room steps a figure that you have not seen for several days. It is Varan Vel.
So Vel is going to walk out, look up. As first, does Vel recognize this creature?
No. Actually, Juno, does he?
That is a great question. That is a great question. And I was thinking about that. I would say that he might have seen him a glimpse like in a dream, but I think we'd have to do like a I don't know, a knowledge check or something. Would that work? I mean,
I think that does work.
Okay.
Vel does recognize him.
Okay. Now the next big question is, does Vel recognize it as Ash or just a creature that he has seen in his past?
I'm going to say he recognizes it as probably Ash.
Okay.
Probably Ash. It's probably the jawline that's catching your your eye there.
Vel is going to step forward, looking up. Ash, what have you gotten yourself into? And he's going to start like walking towards you. And the same moment as he's walking towards you, he like pushes Wesley back.
Oh, you fucker. He's going to step forward at that. Yeah, he's gonna step forward at that. Fuck, that was a beautiful individual. I lied. No, he's not going to step forward at that. He's going to take a step back. And he's going to say, Vel, my brain, I feel knowledge of the past merging with memories of the future. I am having a hard time remaining consciousness between me and the being that hungers.
All right, Ash, I hear you. We've dealt with this before. I'll admit this is quite the case, but we've fought through it together before, have we not?
Not like this.
And I'm continuing to walk towards Ash, just slowly, step by step.
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding my action.
Okay. Wesley doesn't rush back to Ash immediately, but he kind of steps forward and says, Ash, what's wrong? What is it?
Cursed. I have been cursed. I hurt. Head hurt. So much is flooding back. Too much.
Vel,
Go.
Vel, is there any way that we can make this less painful for him?
I'm hoping this might help out a little bit. And as I walk up, I'm gonna be slowly pulling Sora from behind my back.
Your weapon.
And in one swift movement, I am going to jump on top of Ash. And like more of a grappling maneuver. And I'm going to use the blunt end of my my scythe to essentially strike him in the side of the temple.
It puts a crack in my skull.
Should I roll to hit?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I would say so. I would. Jeez.
All right. Are we gonna work?
Fuck. While
All right.
while
So
that's
technical
happening,
difficulties. Let me-
did my armor class went up with this, right? My AC. I know my hit points did.
Would have gone up by 1, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just double checking.
All right. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Um,
So can you describe your weapon for us one more time?
sure.
Randall?
So the weapon that I use is a scythe that is about the same height as me, which I'm only sitting about 5'10", so it's not anime large. But the staff of my scythe is made from what looks like a very complicated coral that comes across the shaft of the scythe. And the scythe itself seems to be made from a very fine, polished bone of maybe some kind of sea creature.
Okay.
My intent here is I'm going to not strike it with the weapon, but I'm going to use divine fury, which is going to allow me to use Sora to give radiant damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and use Sora to connect him with Kieran for a second and see if that has any effect.
Okay. So as you're striking the Ashen One's head with kind of like the shaft of the scythe, the bits of coral start to give off like a pinkish purplish hue. And like a very bright light materializes right at the Ashen One's temple. And Ash, for the first time since this agony started affecting you, it recedes.
you feel some level of relief from the pain that has been driving you, to the point where you feel like you're back in control of your faculties. You're back in control of what's going on. And what's more is you are reminded of the use of this coral in the past, maybe a few months ago, where there's been a few times where Vel had to help bring you back from the ledge of this, but this is definitely the most pronounced and expressed moment that you've experienced with this type of agony. So you just feel the adrenaline being drained out of you, and you feel you don't get a level of exhaustion, but you feel exhausted, as like this fight or flight kind of reaction is just kind of being pulled away from you.
Okay. Two things. One, are all those little badoops notification sounds coming through the stream as well from Nick testing out stuff? Okay, it's just in the browser. Cool. I just want to make sure. Two, I got struck with that, right? With that weapon. I still think that like a tiny chip or something's gonna come from the skull, or there's gonna be a tiny crack until healed. Maybe from the strike. And as all that exhaustion and everything kind of just comes into clarity, he is going to take a couple steps towards Wesley and just kind of drop to his knees. And then he is going to embrace Wesley and kind of bury his face in the crook of his neck and pass out. Don't make me roll for sleep.
Okay. So Wesley wraps his arms around the Ashen One, and before he even has a chance to like pull away to look at the Ashen One, the Ashen One's asleep. You're still in that form though, the form that we saw earlier?
Yes, correct. Not until I put the rings back on. Yeah.
Okay.
Or the ring back on.
This is the moment where Violet, Cyrus, and Cynder have caught up to...
Sorry, if I may, in that moment,
Mhm.
with all this, be fair for Vel to realize that if where Ash is coming, I can assume the rest of the party is probably not far behind. Would that be a fair?
At this point, it's like probably a 50-50.
Okay. So with the moment where Ash is asleep, Vel is going to, put his hand on Ash's shoulder. He's going to look at Wesley and say, "We'll continue our talk later."
Wesley nods. And
I'm still unclear whether the individuals that are probably about to come are with us or against us.
Wesley looks down at Ash and says, is he going to be all right?
Yeah, I've never seen it this bad, but well, honestly, I have no idea. But I'll just do what I always have and just try to take care of him.
Wesley grabs a cloak, and actually probably like two cloaks. He balls up one of the cloaks, puts it under the Ashen One's head, and gets the other cloak and covers the Ashen One with it. And that's probably when Violet, Cyrus, and Cynder pick up the trail and that locate object starts showing up, and you see that it is currently in the Wicks and Whiskers Violet.
Okay, well, if it's just showing up again, then we're still 1,000 feet away.
Yep, that's correct. So
it's gonna take us a minute to get there.
Yep, and there's not really anything that's like barring your way. And as you get closer to the Wicks and Whiskers, you do see that something has kind of forced its way into the entrance.
So the door is open?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to make the call that I was most likely leading everybody with my casting of locate object. And still kind of like slowing down to more of a jog at this point because of how close we're getting. I'm going to enter and just, I guess, look around, get a feel of the scenery.
You see Vel standing over Wesley, who is kneeling over the Ashen One, or this creature that may be the Ashen One.
He's still in his creature form?
That's correct.
Okay.
I'm sure you have lots of questions, but what matters right now is that...
Is he okay?
Yes, I believe he's going to be okay.
Okay, that's the only question I have, and I'm going to get over to Creature Ash and kind of just look him over.
I think Cynder would come in and, she would also, of course, be taking in the scene and everything. And, she obviously spots Vel. There's a look of confusion in her face. But then as she's looking down at Ash, while she does go into the room, she is also kind of keeping a bit of a distance between herself and where Ash and Wesley and now Violet is at. A bit of cautious distance. And just is observing.
Do you have a place to rest? Have you guys established that at all?
That's actually where we just came from before we made this mad dash over here.
It's about an hour and 30 minutes from here.
Wesley, could we stay here for the night? I'm sure it's not ideal for you, but circumstances.
Of course. Yes. And he just catches his breath for a moment and he says, There's some room in the back of the store, in the shop. And yes, there should be plenty of room for everyone. It's just my back room, but I've got pillows and blankets, so should not be an issue.
I appreciate the offer and the hospitality, Wesley. Not going to speak for the rest of you guys, but kind of, hold out. I'm just kind of standing in the doorway and kind of like hold my hands out. I don't have my armor on. I don't have my smock. Like I don't have my boots on. I've been running barefoot the last hour and a half. My feet are cut to ribbons at this point. I'm actually like standing in a small puddle of my own blood. And I just have like my pants and like a sleeveless black leather or a cloth tunic and one rapier.
It's not like a nightshirt and a cap.
No, not quite.
No, that's me.
Not even.
That's me. I'm just kidding.
But, so I kind of just like display my lack of accoutrements to everyone present. I don't feel entirely comfortable leaving my belongings far out of sight for the night, if we're being honest.
Well, I can at least give you maybe one of us can heal those feet and give you I can give you a pair of shoes to go back in.
I'm not turning that down. And I'm kind of like, like I said, I'm in the doorway, but I'm looking over at, where most of the group is, very clearly, like trying to put two and two together, and speaking to everyone, focused visually mostly on the monster one. And probably about this time is when Cyrus is making the connection that it's whatever's going on. It's something to do directly with Ash, and like that is Ash for some reason. So kind of just hanging back and not really feeling comfortable to step forward.
Vel's going to kind of pull Ash off of Wesley's shoulders and kind of get him just like in a little wedding carry and say, "Is there a bed available?"
Wesley shows you.
Yeah, no, I'll go ahead and carry Ash to the bed and just get him tucked in.
Okay. So I'm
And
assuming Vel is staying as well.
Vel is going to close the door as long as it's works with Wesley. And Ash is just going, or sorry, Vel is just going to sit on the door that's closed and just kind of slide down to a sitting position with Sora laid across his lap. And he's just going to sit there and just keep an eye on Ash. I think that's where he'll.
Before Vel gets to close the door, is anyone else like going into the back room with the Ashen one, or are you guys kind of like going to roll with Cyrus back to the ranch?
I think Cynder is just standing there, not quite sure, A, what is happening, B, what the heck she should be doing about any of it. If Cyrus is going back, well, she's a little hesitant to follow Cyrus, but she's also a little hesitant to stay here. So she's just looking a little bit bewildered while she's trying to catch her thoughts.
Okay.
Why don't you stay, Cynder? I'll go back with Cyrus.
I suppose. God, this is an odd night. All right, I'll stay here.
All right. Cyrus, let me sit down somewhere. Let me see your feet. And I'll begin to rip the bottom hem of my night dress, I guess, and use that to wrap his feet if he allows for it.
Yeah, I'll move. I assume there's a stool somewhere, and I'll have a sit down on the stool, kind of looking over probably looking over at Vel at this point, and allowing myself to be tended while just having a real good stare over his direction.
Okay. So Cinder's going to stay in the back room at the Wicks and Whiskers, along with Vel, the Ashen one, Cyrus, and Violet. Once Cyrus's feet are patched up and you have the option to put on some shoes, you have a little bit of a walk before you get back to the agriculture district. Vel, Cynder, or Ash, anything else you're doing before you basically sack out at the Wicks and Whiskers?
I think Cynder would kind of go a bit closer to Vel and just take a seat next to him and just ask, where in the hells have you been?
Vel's his head is kind of just like hanging down between his legs. He's gonna look up. It's quite the story. I yeah. Let's just say over a beer tomorrow. Is that fair?
I know that's fair, and I'm sure you probably don't want to repeat yourself when everyone finally reconvenes. Are you all right? I don't know. I'm not sure what to say in this moment.
I mean, I'm yeah. I don't know. To be honest.
Honestly, I can relate to that.
Yeah. My head's kind of all over the place right now. I was not expecting to run into that tonight, and I'm sure neither were you.
No.
Have you guys been all right?
I've been better. Not really doing a great job making friends with everyone, but aside from that, well, we've had some bumps in the road, all of us, but we're hanging in there.
Well, if you're joining the club of can't make friends, then you definitely joined the right one.
I was born to that club.
I'll pull out my water skin and kind of give a little air toast to that.
She just gives you a nod.
Okay. While calm is restored at the Wicks and Whiskers, outside, Cyrus and Violet begin making their way back to the agriculture district.
I was kind of hoping that it wasn't going to be Violet for once.
I'll go back. I'll go back. You fucker.
You will understand why momentarily. It's a medical thing. So everything that you've seen Cyrus in thus far has been long sleeved and like basically turtlenecked. And as he's walking in front of you, you can see the back of his neck, like not quite to his hairline, but almost. And so his tunic is not significantly different than what Juno is wearing at the moment, I would say. Perhaps a little bit, tighter cut on the shoulders, but like the exposed skin around the back of his shoulders and around his neck, you can see it's all like that kind of melted plastic look that you get from third-degree burns. And he's kind of just, walking through I know there's not moonlight, but the lantern light or whatever, it picks up light.
The bioluminescence light.
Yeah, the bioluminescence, it reflects differently than, like, it's shinier than all the rest of his skin. And unfortunately, it sticks out. And with Violet's medical understanding, the reason that I didn't want her here is because she's going to immediately recognize that.
I'll still go back if you want. No, I'm kidding. Violet is way too tired. Not too tired enough to care. She cares. She cares a lot. I'm just gonna take note of what I am looking at for future and just silently walk back.
Yeah, I don't think I'm too talkative this evening.
Okay. On your way back, the air temperature feels like it has dropped, probably about 15 degrees from like daytime temperatures. So there's a distinct chill on the air, and you realize that you can see your own breath. It wasn't just this creature's breath that was visible, but you can start to see small wisps and puffs of air coming from your own breath. And that light that is catching on you, it's not super it's not super visible in the university district, but when you get back to the agriculture district, there's so few lights. It is so dark out otherwise that this kind of like, it's almost like an electrical wave, like a almost like a grid of plankton or something in the oceans, where the lights just shimmer for meters and meters at a time, and then like as quickly as it comes, it goes. But you see that there's like these patches of small bioluminescent creatures where the light fires off a few of them, and it almost like just, it's a pattern that radiates through, and it looks like a track of stars, or a track of stars here, a track of stars there. And the constellations always look a little bit different because it's always in flux, it's always moving. But it's not unlike standing under a starry night. And as you make your way back, you again see some of the farms that are in a better shape. They're in better shape than they were a few days ago. It's not just your efforts that are bringing the agriculture district back onto its feet, but your efforts are absolutely being felt in this district. And you go past the statue of the siblings, and you get back to the ranch. Is there anything else you're doing before you're settling back down for bed?
But before we separate and go into our rooms, Cyrus, I know what just happened today is a lot, but I was planning on heading out into the city tomorrow to go look for somebody. Would you mind accompanying me?
No. I mean, I think we gotta get back out there anyway. Figure out what the fuck just happened. But yeah, beyond that, yeah, I'm good. I'll be your wingman.
Thank you. I'm just scared because every time we've gone out and just walked around, we've gotten jumped either by big beasts or big hairy ladies.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Good night.
You as well.
And with that, you head off to bed. And it seems like with the additional hubbub of the evening, everyone seems to drift into a pretty restful slumber, all except for the Ashen One. The Ashen One has a bit of a dream. This dream is a little bit interesting. You're in some sort of like a playhouse, some sort of you're in the audience of some sort of like theatrical production of some sort. There's a green curtain kind of covering most of the stage. The crowd in your dream is kind of like talkative, and then all of a sudden a blast of brass instrumentation kind of plays out raucously, and everyone starts cheering and clapping. And this person walks out, and they've got two extremely large feather fans in their red hands. And you just see some feminine looking legs
walking out, and you realize that this is like a burlesque show. And this person comes out, there's a chair, center stage. And as the music continues, like they kind of show a little bit more of their arms, kind of just like waving out. And their legs kind of stick out here and there from the fans. And then you see a face that is familiar, not just to the Ashen One, but also to the person you remember you are. And it's the face of Nim. And as she kind of like peeks through the feathers, she's like, is this really what men dream about? It's so silly. And the dream kind of just morphs into the room that you are sleeping in the Wicks and Whiskers, except you're not awake. And it's just you and Nim sitting there. And she says, do we remember now?
Holy fuck. Nim. You are here. How can this be?
Do you have fun gallivanting off into other people's dreams? I thought it would be more fun.
It is necessary, it is unideal, but yes, I would say that. I mean, I would say that I enjoy peeking into people's heads. Don't you?
Their heads aren't really the most fun. But do we remember? How's our memory doing?
Why do you want to know?
I don't know if that's an answer or not, because it depends on if you remember.
Nim, why do you want to know?
Do you remember the last time we saw each other and you actually knew who I was?
I remember much. I remember, for some reason, you acted differently for the past couple of days after I haven't seen you in a very long time.
She approaches you and like just runs her finger along like your jawline, and she says, "You said someone's name earlier, didn't you?"
Yes, I think so. It was hazy. I was still dealing with the aftershocks of this change I haven't felt in a very long time.
Am I going to need to worry about you giving someone a little too much information?
And then he's gonna snap forward with his teeth to bite at Nim.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to growl out, what I do does not concern you, Nim. You have done nothing but weave lies. You have changed since the last I have seen you.
We all must evolve and adapt over time. All I'm asking for is for you to not interfere with
me and my family.
Interfere, you are manipulating. You are manipulating her. What would Father Nerian say?
I think it's a little bit more important to remember that.
Important! You want to talk about what's important. You tell her the truth, or I will. When I wake up, I will talk to Thea. I will talk to Cynder. I will do what you have not. You are manipulating her, therefore you are manipulating the party.
If that is your decision, I can promise to tell her what's going on. Will you give me a chance to explain it to her myself?
One day. You have one day to tell her.
She's like, very well. Let's resume the usual programming. And she snaps her fingers. And it goes back, your dream just kind of like goes back to the burlesque show. And strangely, it's not Nim anymore, but it seems like it might be Wesley, but it kind of just like fades.
You mean Wesley was up on that stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think like really early in the morning, I would have gone into the room to check on Ash, and if he back to his normal form?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, given the situation, I'm going to very gingerly get Ash over my shoulder in a fireman's carry, walk over and walk out the room and kick Cynder in the foot. Hey,
What?
let's head back to the ranch.
What time is it? Is it
early.
morning?
Yeah, it's early in the morning.
Oh, sorry, that was out of character. All right, so morning already. All right, let's start heading back. I suppose. He's still out.
Yeah, he's I wanted to give him a bit of rest first before I moved him, but it's probably for the best. We get everyone back linked up together.
Do we have a cloak or something to put on him? I don't want him to scare anyone.
Too easy. And I'll undo my waist shawl and throw it over my back. So I just look like a big old hunchback of Notre Dame.
I was gonna say I think Ash would probably wake up from this at this point, because I think, given the dream that he had, I would think that his consciousness is stirring pretty heavily, and Nim seems like the kind of person to just very rudely wake you the fuck up. So I think Ash would be kind of hanging there over your shoulder, and just kind of very groggily like wake up and just be like, "It smells like fish in here."
That sounds. Go ahead.
Putting me down.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to hear you back, Ash. If you're still not feeling well, I don't mind carrying you, Ash. And I will start putting you down.
When you put him down, a little thought might enter one of your minds that there used to be a little ritual that the two of you would share in the morning.
Entering your mind, Belle? You got something to say there? You got something to say there, Nick, for Belle?
I'll look at Ash, and as are you able to walk on your own two legs?
I am standing.
Do you remember your morning tenets for Kieran?
Yes, I could not forget that. I am grateful that I have Wesley, and I am grateful that my heart has not deterred from Wesley.
Well, I'm grateful that I still have my health and I still have the ties that are connecting me to what I need to do. All right. Do you remember your next one?
I remember us walking where we need to go. I do not wish to be anywhere near Cynder or whatever they are calling themselves now until they have discussed a few things with Nim.
I'm gonna jab your arm when you say that,
I'm going to ignore you. I'm not going to acknowledge that.
Cynder or Ash. I don't know what's going on between you and Cynder, but
There
I'm
was
sure-
nothing. There was no ill feelings between me and Cynder. My feelings are between Nim and me. I
I'm-
would not.
I'm sorry. I can hear every single thing that you're saying. I didn't want to interrupt, but what?
You need to talk to Nim,
I honestly want to talk to you.
and you will
How?
get that.
I was doing my ritual, so both of you shut your mouths. Anyways, what are you going to change?
You need to talk to Nim, and then he's going to turn and just storm out towards the ranch.
Cynder is going to follow, completely ignoring Vel's very reasonable request. And she's going to follow after Ash, keeping a distance still, of course. But as she's walking back, she's going to ask him, how do you know that name? You said it yesterday. How do you know that name?
Thea, I knew you when you were young, and I knew your father as well. You want to know more? You ask your fucking friend, because she is not being truthful with you. And I've given her 1 day to admit the truth
What?
before I do. I do not.
I would know if I
You
knew you
wouldn't.
when I was a child.
You wouldn't. And you want to know why? Because you should talk to Nim.
I don't know what's going on. Where is this coming from? Why are you being like this? You're not even talking like yourself.
That is because I have gotten my memories back.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm happy for you, I think. Although you were a bit nicer before.
And I am nice now. I am trying to very politely tell you, you need to talk to Nim about your father. And you need to talk to Nim about how your father died.
What? My father died from disease.
Please, just talk to Nim.
You know what? I'll try to talk to you later. And this is not a conversation we should be having in the middle of the street. So let's get back there and we'll figure out what we're doing once we get there.
Very well.
Are we all done? Are we good? We finished up?
No, we're not good, but we're done.
Great. How about this? Why don't you join us just for today, Cynder? What is something that you are grateful for?
I don't understand.
Just humor yourself and me. What is something that you're grateful for today?
You know, I don't really have a lot. Aside from my health, I'm alive. That's really all that I have.
Well, sometimes that's all you need.
That's not all a person needs. But let's get going.
I'm gonna look at Ash. By the way, I'm not gonna let that slide, but we'll take care of it later.
You can try. You are short.
You are also built like a flail piece of hay.
That is funny. I do recall a very large amount of your population on your flotilla finding this very frail piece of hay rather appealing to look at.
Yeah, the same way that you'd see like a three-headed rabbit. Very interesting to look at.
When was the last time your people saw rabbit in the middle of the water? Yeah, he's
Actually,
gonna turn and walk away. He's gonna turn and walk away because fuck you.
and yeah, I'll kind of still continue to throw some jabs at Ash as we're walking towards the ranch.
Cynder is just hanging back as they're having this weird pissing match / bromance thing. And her eyes are just going from one person over to the other, then back to the other person. Just, again, in a lot of bewilderments. But she does not get involved with that.
I think actually, we're just noticing the ambient. I'll kind of hang back. So I'm next to Cynder. It's called Nirvel. It's your morning declaration.
I'm not familiar with the custom.
Yeah, it helps ground you. You always declare what you will achieve today, what you are grateful for, and what you will change.
I see how that might be helpful for some people. Does it help you?
Not always. But whenever I have no direction, that's when I find it most useful.
I don't know, perhaps I'll give that a try. Speaking of no direction, I do have a question for you, though. You've known Ash a lot longer than anyone I know. I've not seen this side of him before. Is this normal?
So I guess let me ask Ash this. Are you completely out of character right now, or has there been times in our travels where you've kind of faded in and out of like this kind of mannerism and demeanor?
You asking Ash or are you asking Juno?
I'm asking Juno for Ash.
Sorry, I'm being a dick. No, this is completely out of character. It's weird to say. How do I say this and not just sound like a freak? Ash. Fuck. Yes, this is new. Ash's mind is now. Ash has been without this memory of like his past for a very long time. So he's kind of jumping back to a version of himself from a fair while ago. And his like very young adulthood.
I'll interrupt real quick, and I will say that I have picked this up, and just off of Juno's portrayal of the Ashen One here, without an insight check, you would be able to tell several things. He has some level of humor in his conversation. I think there's the naivety of the Ashen One seems to have almost completely dissolved. There is resentment that you haven't heard, frustration, anger that is very un-Ashen One like. There's a lot of things that are completely new to like the way that you are interacting with the Ashen One.
I will also throw in there. There are also moments where it kind of seems like every so once in a while, Ash might like very slightly angle his head as if he's listening to like someone speak, which would be kind of like the spirits and stuff around him. His emotions and his ability to have stable emotions kind of very deeply attunes him, or it's very deeply attuned into his emotion and his connection with like the spirits and stuff like that. The less kind of stable he is emotionally, the more of a presence of just like different voices that he would hear, because he's not able to kind of filter through them, I guess, or block them out in a sense. And I think as we're kind of walking in public, I think Ash would like to put his ring back on, which isn't as brutal as the change into this, because yeah, that was a whole thing.
So what happens when the Ashen One puts that ring on?
Oh, I was hoping you would do it for me. With the power of imagination, I'm going to act this out. Yeah, imagination. Yeah. So it is going to be, he's going to kind of like, he's going to continue walking in a direction, but kind of like slowly like stumble forward slightly with each step, as just the fur and stuff kind of just slough off, his body revealing like fresh kind of almost like newly created skin, that's like kind of shiny, maybe like a slight slick kind of like sheen to it, just maybe from sweat. And the skull is just going to kind of fall and collapse to the ground and just immediately dissolve into ash on the ground. And he is going to stand up then and tighten his belt around his trousers, and securing the sword and blade and stuff a little bit better, and be standing there shirtless. And he's going to kind of tie his hair back.
As the three of you make your way back to the agriculture district, Varanvel, Cynder, Violet, Cyrus all benefit from the effects of a long rest. And that's where we're going to take our break tonight. So we will be back in about 10 minutes. See you in a few, guys.
See you soon.
All right. All right. We are back. Welcome back, everybody. So yeah, a new day has dawned and almost everyone has gotten the effects of a full rest. Unfortunately, the Ashen One really has not had a very restful night, unfortunately. But it is dawn in the agriculture district, and you guys wake up and probably upon venturing outside of the guest house at the Samata Ranch, you would notice that there's a little bit of foot traffic going in and out of the dance hall area that you had your hoedown dinner at several days ago. You can probably tell that something's going on there.
I think the priority this morning is just getting back to the rest of the group and trying to get a handle on what is going on.
Sure. I would imagine that the Ashen One and Cynder probably brought Vel into the guest house There are extra rooms, so Val definitely has the ability to kind of set his stuff down in one of the spare rooms there as well. And you probably have the opportunity to meet up with everyone kind of in the common area in that guest room.
Is there food available?
There's no food in the guest house, but the meeting hall that's like a few doors down from the guest house, it seems like there is breakfast being served. Yes, Violet.
Sorry. Can I get a point of order here? Because they were still on their way, and you said we stepped outside. I don't think I would sit around and wait for them to come, because we don't know if they're gonna come to the ranch.
Okay.
There was no communication of that the previous night.
I think Vel was saying that he was getting up pretty early to head up, but there would still be a little bit of travel time. So yeah, Cyrus and Violet, you would be waking up before
As
they
the-
arrive.
Before they arrive?
A little bit before they arrive, yeah.
So like we step outside, have a moment where we see people going in and out of the banquet hall, and then like if we look off to the side, we can see the group of 3 and the very obvious 6'5" Ash coming.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So like we don't have to venture out to be like, oh, and then meet them halfway. We can
No.
see them coming.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll just very confusedly sit inside and wait for them to come in. Probably be at like I'm assuming there's like some sort of dining table here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at the head of the table.
Okay.
So dumb.
Yeah, Vel is just gonna go grab a basket of assorted foods and then bring it into the guest house.
Sure.
I think Cynder is going to waltz into the guest house, and I'm assuming there's like a couch or something in the common area. She is just going to plop onto the couch very unceremoniously. Just have her hands kind of crossed across her stomach, let out a very deep sigh of frustration and exasperation as we hurry up and wait for something.
Yeah. I'll walk in and throw like a piece of fruit in everyone's direction. Plop down
Bounces off my
myself.
forehead.
Nice.
I'm so sorry.
Just and sit down. Well, I'm sure you all have questions, and I just think there is a lot to talk about. So where should we begin?
I want to know what is up with this whole group of people that was brought here by Melvin Rommel and their deadly secrets. Does anybody else have anything they want to share that could, walk through the door right now and kill us?
At that moment, Ash comes through the door.
Banana comes flying at your face.
He catches it with one hand. Don't make me roll an acrobatics for that. Just a death saving throw. He's gonna kind of look at the banana and just like, if that was a serious thing, he's gonna look at the banana and just kind of like grimace, and like a little bit of a look of like disgust, and just toss it away, and go sit down at the table with them.
Anybody?
Obviously, well, not obviously, but news to me. I apparently have secrets I don't know about either. So isn't that great?
Yeah, that's wonderful. Just before we continue and figure things out, Ash, what the fuck happened last night?
A very good question.
I mean, it was, I guess, kind of obvious. Obviously, well, I have my memory back, and it was triggered by a weird occurrence with this curse that you have now obviously come in contact with. Essentially, this curse was put upon me by somebody that I had tried to escape in my young adulthood, and it, for some reason, reacted weirdly being here in lovely Seagate, and I changed, and I'm fucking tired. I'm overwhelmed, and I apologize for this. My brain is currently swimming with two chains of memory coming into one.
So if you got your memories back, do you know your name?
My true name. Yes. Yes, I remember that. My name is Malphus. It is a name given to me by my people. Unlike the Ashen One and Two-Souled, which were associated with traumatic, torturous experiences. But it's breakfast. I'm not going to ruin breakfast with this.
Breakfast was ruined last night. Which name do you prefer?
Malphus, we are eating breakfast now. We did not eat breakfast last night, but if it is ruined last
Thank
night,
you,
sure.
Captain Obvious. Did you know? Looking to Vorenval.
Vel is on his like 9th piece of fruit at this point, and there's just like, there's like a pile of cores just accumulating as he's just idly eating. I mean, Ash, you've always been a strange one. That's no news.
Okay, but that doesn't answer my question. I asked you if you knew.
If I knew he was cursed,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it never really crossed my mind.
Did you think that what we saw yesterday, did you think that something like that could possibly happen?
That he would grow an extra 2 feet, have a skull mask, and go hunt people down in the middle of the night. It did not cross my mind now.
I do have to ask. You traveled with him before.
Yeah, but like I said, he's touched. So
And do you wish to be removed
Touched.
of this curse?
Yes, I would say I would like to be removed of a curse that painfully rips my flesh away and causes me to run off in the
Okay.
middle of the night.
None of this answering my questions like
said
I'm
yes.
a fucking idiot.
He has been like this since yesterday. Like this morning, he started talking to me like this as well. A complete attitude change. A 180.
Listen, I'm sorry. This is a lot for me. It is hard. I do not enjoy this. There is a lot I'm remembering right now, and it is not stuff that you want to remember all at once. It is like having every traumatic experience, every mistake, everything you did not know you had done is now coming into fruition in my mind right now. And I am trying to juggle 50 million emotions in my head right now. I apologize if I am failing to carry my tone in a way that is not insulting. I promise you, I am kind at heart. You see the sun when you go to the surface? That is what I got inside of me. But right now, I got a shit storm in my head. And it is a lot. You know what? Even better. Where is Nim?
No, that is a conversation I'm going to have with her. And that is going to be a conversation I have in private. And I don't think that deflecting right now is the right move.
Trust
We need
me,
to talk about this.
I'm just surprised that she is nowhere in sight.
Hold on.
From what I know of
what
her,
does she have to do with all of this?
I have the same question.
She used to walk around in person. I don't understand what any of this poof magic gone stuff is.
You know Nim too?
Apparently, yes. It's news to me. And apparently, I'm not sure if I believe this or not, but according to Malthus, we somehow knew each other as we were children. I have zero memory of this.
You were younger than I was, so makes sense that you would
How
not
young?
remember. I do not know. It was in passing.
So we met in passing.
Yes.
Enough for you, and just briefly enough. You didn't know how old I was, and yet you were able to remember my given name.
It is a conversation that you said you wish to have in private, and
I
I
do.
have made a unfortunate deal with somebody who deals and deals. You know what you understand what I'm saying. I have to wait a
do.
whole day is what I gave Nim to talk to you about this, because there is a lot of new stuff in regards to me. I would like this curse gone. It is something that happens when I remove my ring, which you might have picked up on. So as long as that stays on, I am good. If it comes off, I have discovered that Belle is able to help control me.
But you didn't know that.
Of course, I
lucky.
didn't know that. I do not. Yeah, I do not want to be in that state. I try everything not to be in that state. I had rampaged when I first was put in that state many years ago.
Sorry,
I am being.
Quick question. Who's Nim?
Fuck. All right. Got to get you up to speed too. So, gets ready to join the Cynder hating club. I have an arrangement with what you might know as an infernal being. I get some power from her. And I'm pretty sure that Cyrus wants to stab me for it, or at least he did. I don't know. I did not talk to you openly about it when we first met because I didn't know if I could trust you all. And honestly, I'm still not confident that I can trust any of you. I want to, but it is being challenged. And I know I'm not doing any better. I understand that. But yeah, so I've had this arrangement with her for a number of months now.
I guess I'm waiting for the part that's going to make me want to hate you.
Well, apparently, me wanting to keep certain questionable details about myself to myself means that I am a liar and untrustworthy. And also I'm a liability because I'm associated with her.
More so because your magic finds its way towards us, but I'm a little.
I have
less
never hit you.
No,
and I never meant
in my hair though.
Oh my god. No, I didn't want for that to happen. We talked about this. That was a complete accident.
Yeah. Regardless, I think as much as some of us here might like to have moments in private for various reasons, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to take a moment or two and have a bit more of a chat here, because it seems as if half of us are at a disadvantage against at least one party here or another. Val, we'll figure out where you've been for the last, 5-6 days, however long it's been now. We can get to that. I'm a little bit, what I'm trying to figure out here is everyone's favorite Nim, who seems, apparently she goes way back with the Ashen One, but not back enough that Vel's around. And she goes way back with Cynder as well, but whatever the nature of things have changed as of late. And all I can see is this fog of red Nim obscuring everything. And I'd like to try and just get myself orientated if I could.
Nim. I haven't seen Nim since I was young. Nim is before I met Vel, or I guess before Vel found me. I have made an agreement that I would not disclose any other information about Nim until Nim has had a conversation with Cynder. And then, like I have been with this form, now that I have gotten my memories back, I have been forthcoming with information. And I would like to keep doing that as I can. But, like I said, Cynder will need to have a talk with Nim. And maybe it'd be beneficial if I was there to join in that conversation.
I'll have to think about that.
You said a day?
Could you repeat that? I apologize.
You said a day?
A day.
Then we'll take the day. And Violet's going to get up and take her big hooded cloak. I'm headed out. Actually, I need a brooch from one of you.
Ash will hit the brooch that he had taken and hand it over to you. Or Malphus will hand it to you.
I'll be back.
Violet, before you go, just one more thing, if it's okay.
I'm still here.
I can't help sense that there is a lot of tension going on. And how about we do this? Ash, it seems like you've gone through a lot. You're still my friend. That's not going to change. We'll work through
He
this
prefers
together.
Malphus. You are not a good friend if you do not respect that.
All right, Malphus it is. And there's like an easy smile that is definitely trying to like work with like even the jabs. How about we quickly reintroduce ourselves for what we wish that we could have said when we first met? Do we think that that might be helpful for the group?
Are you asking us to spill any secrets that could, walk through the door and stab us in the back?
I'm just trying to avoid the attitude that you have right now, which is that.
Very well.
All right. Well, I can start. As you know, my name is Vorn Vel. I am a Valkyrie. I'm sure everyone here is familiar with who the Valkyrie are. We are transient sea people, hated by most. We can get into that later. Anyways, I nearly beat 2 people to death, and I was outcasted. And now I am traveling with Ash, or Melpheus. Melpheus, is that correct?
Malphus. But
Melpheus.
you were close.
Give me some time to work on it.
Yeah.
was abducted by the Valsari for the last 5 days.
And just for a moment, I'm going to chime in here really quick as just a little blurb. Because as Vel is explaining this, the mention of the word Valsari kind of pings something in your minds. The Valsari are a historically like hated people, because as much as the Valkyrie are misunderstood by a lot of folks, the Valkyrie waterfolk are mostly peaceful, but the Valsari are the other side of that coin. They are a group of almost like a terrorist cell of folks that are dissidents. They are very much anti-establishment, and it's kind of like it's a very like kind of almost like buzzwordy kind of like scary kind of a thing that there is a correlation with the word Valsari. So as he says that word Valsari, something goes off in your mind. It's like, ooh, something's going on here. But anyways, Vel, continue.
There is a cell of Valsari operating within Seagate. I assume that they thought I was here as a replacement of their leader, because I will show my thread that are entwined into my dreads, and the end of my thread is cut. And I'll show the group. This thread shouldn't be cut. It was cut because I was outcasted. But it's also a very signature statement of the Valsari, because they were also cut from the Valkyrie. And well, I kind of played along to see what was happening, and I was able to get away. So that is all the secrets that I have.
Does that imply a certain, I don't know, sneakiness with the way that you separated from those folks?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, essentially, they are back at their little headquarters, and I told them that I would be meeting with one of their contacts, which happened to be Wesley.
Okay.
So Wesley is associated with the Valsari.
I potentially, I wouldn't go as far as to say he's a sympathizer, but maybe there's a common goal. I'm not trying to be secretive. I'm just trying to explain this in a way that's not putting my foot in my mouth. Seagate is, from what the cell informed me, was that Seagate is planning on creating a new dome, which will be yes. It's majority of my time gone was traveling to this location. And this dome has, even though it's great for the people who do not live in the water, the dome destroys the sea ecosystem. It essentially creates a massive bubble where the land dwellers assert their claim on what is necessarily not theirs.
Are they going to try and have 2 domes in total?
That
Or
is
could... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that is what it looks like.
Because the integrity of this dome has been struggling as of late. We've had giant sea creatures fall down.
To be fair, it's just a wall of air, basically. we as small little creatures compared to the big turtle we ran into, we were able to pass through it perfectly fine.
I know. I'm just wondering if there's some association, some connection there, because something is happening here. And now we're finding out that there is an alternate place for people to live. So I'm wondering if this dome here might be made obsolete. Perhaps.
What I'm assuming is the building of the new dome, they need to ward off these big sea creatures because they're probably in their home. So they are using the orange jellyfish to attract them here so they do not bother them while they are building over there. And Vorenvel, you said that Seagate is trying to build a new dome. From my understanding, Seagate has many council people who rule the different districts here. Who specifically? Do you know?
The nuances of the political overlay of Seagate, I have no idea.
You don't know who specifically is trying to build a dome elsewhere?
The one thing I can definitely attest for is that this cell is fanatical, but they're not very technical. When it comes to the big plans, I wouldn't. Essentially, this group has just been waiting around for someone to show up. They, in a Valsari cell, there is typically your fish folk, and they're typically led by what is called a reclaimer. That is typically a Triton or someone who comes from the Valkyrie or once was Valkyrie.
And okay, can we just take a couple steps back? So Wesley, can you clarify on Wesley's association with the Valsari? And yeah, please, before I lose it.
Not really. Next question. I really don't know. What I told you is what I know. He was a contact.
I just got my memories back. I just remembered that I abandoned my own brother to seemingly die. And I remember my brother, and I remember seeing my brother, and I remember finding an anchor in a very confusing storm. And now I don't know if I can trust that anchor, and if its role is to support us or to drag me deeper. I need to go talk to Wesley after this, if we are taking the day, or if I am talking with Cynder and our dear Nim, then I will do it after that. But I'm really confused right now, and there's just so much that's really hard to handle. And if we're giving introductions, I really don't know what to say. I'm Malphus. I'm usually more collected than this. I was raised to be more collected than this. I come from a group of druids who heal the land, but I always felt more connected with the dead because there's civilizations and death. You know, there's history, there's community. It is a natural part of life. I'm sorry. I can't focus right now with this, but I would like to, as Vel said, if there's secrets, or if there's things that I maybe am not forthcoming with, and you want to know, I will tell you.
I appreciate letting us know, Malphus. Sounds like you're definitely going through a lot. I really do not know how involved Wesley is. It was explained to me as a contact. That's it. I think the last thing I'll say before I hand the the introduction to someone else is I'm gonna undo my there's like cloth on my wrist, and I will undo it. And there will be a brand of a trident. I don't know if anyone is familiar with the Valsari. They would recognize that as a symbol of the Valsarian. When I was much younger and a lot more confused, I wasn't sure who I was, and in a fit of a very bad decision, I gave myself this.
History
Which
rolls for
is-
everybody.
Sorry, what did you say?
Everybody make a history roll. Real
Forward
Okay, you're-
jumps.
Yeah, lean forward.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone
Super
make
quiet.
everyone make
There
a
he
history
is.
roll. Sorry, everybody make a history roll real quick.
I got a 15.
Okay. I want to know what Violet got because it doesn't look good.
There's a face.
Okay, actually, apparently I'm proficient in history, so it's not that bad anymore. 9.
Okay.
I
Ash,
rolled a 6.
19.
19.
Yikes.
Yes, sorry. I was trying to double check because I have the archaeology background.
Mhm.
I was trying to see if I had a advantage in history rolls.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll have it.
So that's going to be 22. Yeah.
So everyone except for Violet recognizes this insignia as a historical marker that the Kelsari have co-opted. It is an insignia of a trident coming out of breaking a mountain, and it is something that is ancient, going back 3,000 years to the reign of Kalsorian. And recently, in much more recent history, like the last 100 years or so, the Valsari have co-opted this as one of their insignias. So you see this, and it's like it is probably a confirmation of what Vel has been telling you, or maybe it's something that he has been more connected to the Valsari than he has let on.
This obviously was another reason why that they thought I was who they thought I was. But
Well then, man, Vel, that just sounds like all the more reason they come looking for you.
I don't disagree.
well, I made mistakes in my past. There's nothing I can do to change them. This is just who I am.
No, I understand. I'm not. Nobody here is perfect, and he kind of pauses, glances over at Violet because he's not actually sure if she's like ever done anything like really bad that I can think of. But you never know, right? And then back at Vel, I'm not questioning decisions you made when you were a kid. I just look, I've run with a gang before, and boss man tells you he's going to go out and talk with somebody, gather a little something, figure out something for the next job. A couple days go by, I usually expect him back by sundown, start getting a little bit antsy. A week goes by, I'm out on the streets and we got to figure out what's going wrong. So they might not be technical, but I think it's something that we all better make sure we're well aware of, you most of all.
I mean, I think that's completely fair. It's obviously it's a problem because it just became one.
I will say that from what I have gotten to know of Vel, he's a good man. He has not done anything that would warrant true concern.
We'll figure that out then. Regardless of concern, true or not, though, as far as Vorn Vel goes, Ash, I think we all need to be at least a little bit concerned about your good friend Wesley.
I think that is fair. I wish to talk to him first before we all group up on him. If that is everybody's standing outside, cool, great. But I think I deserve to speak to him one-on-one first.
It's fair, I suppose. But yeah, don't. Like Vel seems to be intimating, doesn't feel like he's a threat, but he might not have a choice in the matter. So just if you're gonna go have a chat, at least let one of us tag along just in case something gets wrong,
Yeah, I do not think he would harm me, but like I said, I think if people wanted to wait outside the building, as I step inside or just outside the room, I think that would be appropriate. This is a lot, and I need this opportunity to speak with him one-on-one. But for now, I would like to put this topic behind us for a little bit, and either move on this conversation or take a second to digest everything.
I think that's a good idea. Anyone else would like to clear anything up for the group?
Vel, while you were off being a terrorist, my old gang, or rather, one of my old gang members that I used to run with, that I wasn't necessarily expecting to see, popped her pretty face back up and took a good little run at us. So, in addition to your not so friendly former friends, I've got one of my not so friendly former friends keeping eyes, I assume, at least on me. So if you see a bugbear about Ash's height, twice as wide, with just a bitch's grin on her face, just turn and get out of there, and we'll figure it out later.
All right, noted. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
This whole introduction thing has taken a lot longer than a second. I do have somewhere I need to be. But I'm Violet. That has not changed. And I don't follow a god. I do not believe. I used to pray. I no longer pray. Do not ask me where I get all of this imitation clerical magic from. I do not know. And my husband is in this city, ex-husband. And while Cyrus has his bugbear friend with a pretty face, and Vorenvel's got his whole gang of terrorists, I have somebody who thinks I am dead. And if he finds out I am not dead, I will be dead. That is my secret. It's not even much of a secret, really. I only found out a couple days ago. I've been trying to wrap my head around the fact that he is here. But I really do have somewhere I need to be. So if we could, I don't know, whip the reins of the horse and get a move on with this.
Do I need to go again?
You don't need to do anything you don't want to do.
Well, do you prefer Cynder or Thea?
Thea's dead. Don't know anymore.
Cynder it is.
But before we go, laid a lot of my issues bare. I have a new friend, and Cinder's going to reach into her purse bag thing, the one that she just bought recently, kind of have her hand held there for a moment. And then after another moment, she is going to bring her head out, and there's going to be a snake coiled around it with wings. I have a new friend. I think I'm going to call her Lily. Please don't kill her, she says, kind of looking at Cyrus. All right, good. Great talk.
Are we all good then?
I certainly feel much better. I'm glad we had this talk. Where we gotta go, Violet?
We? No, me. And maybe Cyrus.
Yeah, I'll set out to keep you company, watch your back. So
And Ash is going to look at Violet and just kind of like tilt his head towards the rooms. Not Violet, us. Cynder.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more
Cynder.
sense. I'm like, what?
Cynder. Yeah, not Violet. It's towards Cynder.
Ash, sorry, Malphus. I'm fine if you join me, I think. But I don't want to have this conversation in the middle of this district.
You are afraid of listening ears.
I am.
Yeah, very well. Let us find somewhere private.
And I don't want to leave Vel alone again. He might just disappear.
Bell is a big boy. He will manage.
I know he can handle himself. Do you...
He should not come along for this.
No, I don't think so. I just feel bad just having him wait here by himself.
You can always just ask me how I feel about it.
How do you feel about that?
If you guys gotta do what you gotta do what you gotta do.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna walk over and pick up the banana that Malice, because I've gone through all the fruit.
as Violet and I are kind of, or as like I'm kind of turning to step out, I assume that conversation was audible for us all. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
She's got her claws in you pretty good, it seems. Don't let her get them in any deeper, all right?
What's done is done. I'm very curious to see where this is going. But like we just said, no one can go back in time and change anything. But I honestly don't think I can get in any deeper. So I hope not.
Tread carefully. You never know. Right?
I'll certainly try.
And my glance kind of pauses on Ash for a second, but I leave something unspoken and I turn and head out into the hallway or whatever.
So Cyrus and Violet are heading out, is that correct? And then
Yes, sir.
Cynder and Malthus are thinking about where they can go to.
I was kind of thinking, like, we're in the agriculture district. Sounds like there's a wooded area nearby that I'm sure Cynder would have seen.
Mhm.
Out of character, I've heard of, cemeteries that might be a little bit more sequestered. So just any place that is just typically vacant.
There are, within a 20 minutes walk, there is at least one pretty decently wooded area as well as a secluded graveyard. So your pick would definitely be available there.
I think Cynder would probably just head towards the forest, just out of habit, unless Malthus says anything. Okay. So yeah. She's going to proceed towards the forest, and kind of in the forest, but not like too deep, of course, but where you can still see civilization.
Mhm.
She is going to pull out one of her necklaces, and she's kind of holding it in her hand. Nim, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but it sounds like we have quite a conversation ahead of us. So, could you please show yourself so we can talk about whatever?
In a very uncharacteristic moment, she just walks out from behind a tree and is dressed in very plain clothes.
She does like a double take and then a triple take. You were just waiting here. No flashy display, nothing.
No.
What?
I've just been waiting for you to call upon me.
Well, here I am.
I am not going to beat around the bush or play any of my normal games. I am going to ask you one question, and then I am going to give you something that I took away from you.
What is your question?
How do you feel about Antorin?
Ambivalent?
Let's hope that doesn't change.
What does that mean?
She says, I took memories from you and I can give them back to you now if you wish.
When did you take fucking memories from me? I didn't even know that was something you could do.
It's one of the benefits of being me.
Great. So happy for you. So when did this happen?
It happened a little bit after your father died.
All right. Go on.
That's it. I don't
That's
really
it.
have.
You just tell someone that you took their memories away from them when they were a child, and their father passed away, and asking for elaboration, you just say, that's it? Really? That's it.
If I might interject,
Yes, please.
I understand that I myself have been rather intense in my approach to this. I
Mhm.
will say, from the history that I share with Nim, that it is unlikely that what you are going to learn was done out of malice, or pure ill intent. Um, but I will also say you might want to sit down.
Did she take your memories away? Did you do
No.
that, Nim? No?
No.
No.
All right, well, I'm starting to see an odd common denominator here. I think it's a fair question. How much did you take away? And what gave you the fucking right?
Well, I don't know if I really had the right, but it's not like a demon makes for the best kind of mother.
I'm sorry, what?
I said it's not like a demon makes for the best kind of mother.
I'm sorry. You trying to say what I think you're trying to say?
Yes, I am.
Right, okay. That might explain a little bit, but it also opens up a whole lot of other fucking questions.
Have you... Cynder? You are a very distrustful person, and there are things about you that I'm sure maybe you wonder why it is that you are angry sometimes or distrustful.
I don't wonder.
Well, you won't after today. And the reason that you've been distrustful, especially of me, is because I've earned that distrust.
Yeah, I do think so. I mean, you've been lying to me all of my life. And then you had me sign that. You had me sign my soul away or whatever. I'm sorry, what fucking kind of mother does that?
Not the perfect kind.
That is being awfully generous to you.
Not the good kind.
Well, that I can agree with. Cynder is going to look around for a stump or a rock or something. And she's going to plant herself on it, cross her legs and cross her arms impatiently, with rather sharp look on her face as she is looking at Nim.
Are you ready?
Probably not. But here we are.
Without a word, Nim reaches a hand towards Cynder.
She flinches.
Nim's brows crease in concentration. And in that moment, the veil is lifted from Cynder's eyes. That scene of Cynder standing at the foot of the bed disappears. And what comes back to replace them is memories of Nim, Father Niren, Malthus, his brother Zinriel, and a few others leaving to go on a quest, leaving the abbey that Thea lived in. And as weeks turned to months, eventually, Nim came back and told Thea of the sacrifice Niran made to save the rest of that party from destruction. And in this moment, Cynder remembers an intense sense of pride in her father for the sacrifice he made and his commitment to Antorin. And even though it pained her, Nim told Thea of his last moments invoking Antorin's name. And it was his utter devotion to his God that allowed him to teleport the rest of his party away from danger in the last moments, sending Malthus and Zinriel into the Feywilds, sending them to a demonic plane. And only he remained to be annihilated. And it was shortly after that that Nim altered Thea's memories of her father. And by the time that Cynder kind of comes back from her recollection, Nim is not visible in the forest anymore.
Cynder is going to just take a deep breath, and her breath is a bit shaken. She's looking around, trying to see if she can see her. Maybe it's, footprints on the ground or something, or she can sense her.
You hear sniffling from behind a nearby tree.
I'm going to stand up and cautiously approach the sounds. Why? Why would you take that from me?
You wanted to devote yourself to that damn fool god just to turn out like your father. You were a child. You were a child. There's no way that I was going to let your future be consumed by that idiot and his stupid god. Damn fool.
Do you know how stupid that is?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how stupid I am.
No. I've never felt a connection to that god. From all of my fucking attempts, never. Not once. He wanted me to follow in his footsteps. I remember that. I couldn't ever make a connection with him. And whenever I tried to take an oath, despite how it sounded, those words were hollow. No oath, no connection, nothing was made. Not once. Why would you take my memories for something that's not even a risk?
It wasn't.
I thought my father died on a deathbed, surrounded by sycophants who were unwilling to even try and help him. They just let him die. That is what I remember now. My family let my father die.
I did.
And then my
Your
mother
family did.
made me think that. She let me think that for years. Years.
Your family did let him die.
How do you say that? Why?
Because I'm here and he's not.
Were you ever even close? I remember you as a voice as a child. You didn't show yourself to me for years. I've never seen you with my father. He never talked about you. When I told him I heard voices, he just told me to block that out.
He and I had our own way of communicating. It was worth it to make sure that you led the life you wanted, even if it meant hating me.
The life I wanted. The life I wanted. This is not what I wanted. None of this is what I wanted. I didn't want to get kicked out of my home. I didn't want to end up in jail because I thought I was on a merchant ship only to find out it was a fucking pirate ship. And I didn't want to have to be roped into some sort of arrangement to some strange city I've never been to that I still don't understand. This is not a life I wanted.
It can still be the life that you want. There's still time.
And what kind of life would that even look like?
It's your decision.
I've signed something away to you. I don't even fully know what that is. I don't... This isn't a life. I'm on a string. That's it. I've always been reacting to things being pulled along by some force I didn't understand.
Is that what you want? You want the document?
What do you get out of it?
That's one thing I haven't lied to you about. She produces the scroll just out of thin air. And it floats towards you. And you recognize your signature at the bottom of the document. And the document says, I, Nim, promise to bequeath demonic powers to Cynder in exchange for her to pursue her life as she sees fit.
And that's it?
That's it.
don't understand. I have people I'm traveling with who are very concerned about your presence. Very concerned. Are you going to be a risk to them? Are you going to get any of them in trouble? Because I don't want that.
She looks up at you. And she says, "What kind of trouble?"
I don't want to get people in the kind of trouble that gets them hurt. That causes them emotional distress. Like I've experienced just now, and also for years now. A little bit of mischief is one thing, but I do not want to put any of them in danger. Not one.
She places her hand up in the air and she says, "I won't put any of them in danger."
Malthus is going to kind of walk up and just kind of stop right behind Cynder and gently rest their hand on Cynder's shoulder while looking at Nim and say, "Nim, you will not cause any danger."
Any danger?
Nim.
Fine. You're so boring. You were better as the Ashen One.
Malthus, is what she has said, is all of that true? All of it?
He's going to just kind of slowly take his hand away and cross his arms and avoiding eye contact, he's going to say, "From what I can tell, yes, it tracks. When I was younger, I traveled in a party with Nim, who was less of a this, and she was close-ish with your father, but to what extent wasn't made clear. So I am, from how long I've known him, I would say that they are telling the truth. It is rare to see them show so much emotion, and
That's what I'm concerned about.
I would say that there is reason to believe them."
You tell me to believe her when she has spent years lying to me.
I know it will not be easy, but she did return your memories.
After she took them away.
I cannot speak for her, but as somebody who, somebody who has seen the dreams and regrets of the dead, one of them is that a mother cares very much for their child, and a lot of times they regret not saving their child from pain. And I think that that is where Nim was coming from with that, not saying it was the right thing. I did not know about it to that extent. I simply, from what I was able to remember from the past and from my journey since meeting you, you obviously did not remember anything.
No. And yes, I can be distrustful, and perhaps that was rooted in something like this, but now I'm just left to wonder, any of my memories, if they're so easy just to remove and replace. I mean, your memories that's your history. That's what defines you. That's how you view the world.
Breathe. It is okay. Is there a way that I can tell if her mind is altered?
Cinders?
Yeah. Like an arcana check or something like that.
Is there a way?
Like wisdom.
You both could.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Escalators, escalators.
Arcana would be fine.
Yeah, I think I'll do the Arcana.
Fuck, why is my intelligence so dookie? What did you get? Well, I got a 19 minus 3 because Arcana. Now, if it was a wisdom roll, that'd be a little different. But anyways,
I got a 1 + 4.
well, I got a 16. So
yeah, that's enough to tell that there's not been any other tomfoolery.
okay, I'm going to like gently place my hand like very lightly against Cynder's temple, and close my eyes and just kind of take a deep breath. I am not sensing any further alterations to your memory. I would say that you are at 100%.
Great. Just, it's a lot to process. It's a lot to process. Nim, can I hold on to that contract?
She nods.
Cinder's going to reach out. I imagine it's still just floating all magically. She's going to grab it and roll it up and put it in her bag. I'm not sure how to feel about all of this. I'm going to need to spend a lot of time unpacking all of that. But hopefully this piece of paper, if nothing else, will ease some of the concerns of others. I hope.
Then I will get back to my spying assignment.
Have you seen anything?
I took a look at these Duskwatch Syndicate idiots. That Mickey Two-Fins is snuck off to the deeps. I don't think they are the real Duskwatch Syndicate. They seem to be leaving calling cards littered behind their exploits and seem to be making a real show of it. And they are very bad at what they do. But you can probably find him in the deeps. Regarding the others, I've looked around. People seem to be pretty tight-lipped. But I can tell you that Mickey Two-Fins is in the deeps.
Well, if there's anything I do know, you have a way with words. And I'm sure that you can convince them to be a bit more talkative, shall we say.
If I can lead anyone into danger that might be bad, would you have a problem with that?
I don't think so, no.
When Cinder says that, Nim kind of like stands up, puffs back up, and gets that old smile on her face.
Wait, before you get all like that, let me emphasize really quick that's not suspected of being a bad person. but an actual, honest to God's bad person, if that makes sense. It doesn't, but you know what I mean.
I think so.
You know what I mean.
It won't be real bad unless they're real bad.
Do you promise? Do you not want any innocent people getting mixed up in all of this more so than this city already is?
I won't be looking for anyone innocent.
Cynder just kind of exhales real quick. All right. If I hear about anything that is suspicious, I might ask you about it. I'm going to request that you do not lie to me in the future.
Whatever weight a demon's promise carries.
No, this is beyond demon.
Whatever.
You say you are my mother. I want you to make a promise as a mother, as you say, that you're not going to go against that.
Very well, as your mother, I promise.
All right. God, I can't believe I just fucking said that. I'm going to need a drink tonight. Or 2. Or 3.
Well, I've got work to do.
All right, don't have too much fun.
And that spiral of sparks quickly makes her disappear, and her lips are last to disappear, and she says, "Be seeing you."
Toodaloo.
Okay.
All right, Malthus, should we head back? Was that conversation, did everything get covered? Because you had a lot of energy this morning.
Yes, a lot of that energy was from a lot of my own regrets and pain from my memories and mistakes, but also frustration because I had a dream that Nim had visited where they were quite intrusive, and I was quite
She does that.
frustrated. Yes, she does.
I don't know, somehow it's somewhat reassuring that I'm not the only person who's had to deal with her nonsense.
She
Also, I'm
was
sorry about that.
she was different back then.
How
Still,
so?
well, still Nim, but for starters, she was not whatever this spiral nonsense is. She walked around.
I have no idea how that happens. My father. Yeah, lots of drinks tonight, I think. Lots of drinks.
So as that conversation kind of wraps up, we're going to jump to Violet and Cyrus. And there is a noticeable lack of orange lights in the skyscape here. Just yellow jelly light for as far as the eye can see. And I believe you said you were going to be walking out of the agriculture district?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it that you're walking to?
I can assume the person I'm looking for is probably in the trades district, from what I know, which is very little.
Okay. So walking into the trade district, you're looking for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. So you would be coming from the administration district During your walk, are you saying anything to Cyrus?
Yeah. Yeah. So from the agriculture district, are we going straight into the what did you say we were walking into? Was it the nobility or administration?
Agriculture to administration.
Okay. About maybe like 5 minutes into the administration district, Violet is going to look over to Cyrus. I hope you know that I don't care that you're the sneaky type.
No, not really.
Well, Helen was saying something the other day when we had that meal and dance about how you are very sneaky and whatnot, but I just guess I wanted to clarify to you that I do not care that you like to run off and hide and do all of that.
I don't think I'd get up to all that much of it, really. Go for a walk here and there, but
Yeah, I think that's what she was talking about. How she came to sit at a table with us and then you like just disappeared, I guess.
I didn't want to associate with her. I mean, she locked me in her dungeon for burning the agriculture district down.
Oh, yes, that was us. Totally. We have all the power in the world where we can just destroy an entire district of a very, very, very large city. Indeed.
I just, I just didn't want to be around her. I don't know. If she wants to think that's me being whatever, that's fine with me. I mean, she's entitled to whatever opinion she likes.
Mhm.
Gods be with her. Assuming that doesn't bother you.
The gods be with her thing?
Yeah.
I could care less. I've yet to find a god who actually respects the immortals who worship the ground they walk on, so
I suspect you probably know a little bit more about it than I do, so I'll defer to your expertise, I suppose.
fuck the gods.
All right.
Anyways, the woman I'm looking for, I do not know much. She was a friend, I believe, of my mother's. She's either human or elven. I cannot remember. I was very, very young, very, very young, when my mom told me about her. I believe my mother, told me that she ran off to Seagate to marry a jeweler, hence me asking for the brooch when we left.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm hoping maybe she can tell us something about it. And, I would say I look like my mother. So maybe she'll see me and be like, ah, Seraphine, great to see you. And then be like, oh, you're not purple. And then I can be like, ah, surprise. I'm not my mom. And then she could give us some information, I guess, if she knows anything about brooches.
So that's your mother's name. What's who are we looking for?
Oh, Elsie. I don't know if that's a nickname or if it's her actual name, but Elsie. I do not know her husband's name.
Okay.
Or
Do
if
some
you know.
looking.
Yeah. Okay.
Chubbs, real quick above the table. because I know I walked past that fountain. We went past it as a group once before, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So, Violet,
Hmm?
the other night I was traipsing through town, and
When you went to go get your stuff.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that I didn't notice it the first time we walked by. I'm not much of a connoisseur of the fine arts myself, but there's a statue fountain arrangement. I think you remember the one, right?
I do not recall a fountain. Nothing that really stood out to me.
Well, whatever it was, there's an edifice of some sort, and frankly, I thought I thought someone had, carved a statue in your likeness.
Of me.
Yes.
There's a statue of me in the city.
No, I don't think so. Maybe a statue of your mom, or a statue by your mom. I don't know.
Where?
You want to go now or later?
Yeah, we can go now. I don't mind. I mean, Voran Val already took up most of my morning walk anyways, with his whole let's introduce ourselves again instead of just giving it the day. Because I'm sure Cynder will have quite a bit to reintroduce when we get back.
Well, we'll open that can of worms when we get back. I mean,
I
whatever.
think
Whatever's
it's a little
left.
bit more of worms. Oh, you could say it's a can of snakes, since she's got a new snake companion now. Okay,
That's
bad joke. Bad joke. You don't even bother. Don't even laugh. It's fine. I know it was terrible. Bring me to the fountain.
Follow me. I will lead. You can just walk in awkward silence. It's okay.
You know what? I think I will.
Kind of as I step past you, I kind of like give you a little nudge in your side with my elbow. Just a little hint of a smile on my face. Step off, and then I don't think we were going in the right direction, were we?
You were.
To get to, were we? Okay, so then we'll just kind of adjust a little bit.
Yep. So in one of the main plazas of the trade district, you come across this fountain one more time. And in the daylight, you can see that there are bits of like precious and semi-precious jewels kind of catching the light of the jellyfish and glinting off of it. But again, you see a tiefling woman and an elf woman kind of dancing. And the way that the stones kind of shine, it looks like there's actually flower petals that are falling around them as the water cascades off of certain surfaces. And getting closer, you see that most of it is like a hammered metal finish, but the floor of this fountain, you have a chance to look down, and Violet, you see several mountaintops in a mosaic mural with bits of crushed up pottery, clay, and different materials that bring you back to your homeland and the feeling of looking up at these soaring mountaintops. And you look at the tiefling of this fountain, and it is almost like looking in a mirror.
How crowded is the area that we're in? Because I'm assuming it's like the word escapes me. like a large, not really like a plaza, but like an opening. Maybe plaza? No, not plaza. No, do you get what I mean? Oh my god, this is terrible.
It's bustling.
Bustling?
There's plenty of foot traffic going in every which direction.
Okay, and I know you described the fountain, but like a little bit more. Is it like where it's like the large circle, and then in the middle is like a platform that the statues of the people are dancing on?
Not a platform. It almost looks like they're dancing on the water because they're like
On the
raised up.
water?
They're raised up a little from the surface of the water.
Okay. Violet is going to take off the large cloak and kind of just like absent-mindedly push it over into Cyrus's direction and just let go. I don't care if it falls on the floor. And kind of just very slowly step over the ledge of the fountain and kind of wad over to where the statue is. And compared to Violet's height, how much higher up is it?
About the height, the depth of the water. So it's probably about 18 inches taller than you because it's about 18 inches of water.
Okay. If I can, I don't know if I can, because hooves and not grippy little monkey toes. I wanna step up onto, I guess, their feet as kind of just like a leverage up, and I just want to get close to my mama's face.
Okay. You managed to step on a few of the fountain nozzles, and like water kind of splashes around haphazardly. But you do manage to balance, and you're about 3 inches away from the face.
Okay. I caress the face and kind of just rub my thumb under where her eye is here. And I turn and look back at Cyrus. Isn't she the most beautiful woman you have ever seen?
I've got your cloak
Yes.
over. No, I grabbed it. It's draped over my arm. I hate you so much for this.
Me?
Yes, you.
What did I do?
As I'm looking back with, her mother's face literally directly behind her shoulder. So I cannot help but be looking at both of them. And I kind of just hang for a second to the, like, you almost, like, to the point where you're almost ready to ask again, like, oh, maybe he didn't hear me because he's just like staring at me. But like right as it's getting to that point, and you can probably barely hear it over the the sound of the square and the waters and whatnot, and just she is. And I kind of just glance up off absentmindedly into the ether.
Okay. I'll turn back to the statue of my mother. Mama, you are so beautiful to everybody in the world around you. I'm busy today, but I'll come back and say hi soon, I promise. And I'll kind of just pat the cheek and then jump back down and make my way out of the fountain.
As you're getting down, you hear a voice come from behind Cyrus that says, "If they were ugly, I wouldn't have bothered immortalizing them in the fountain."
Woman?
You see an elven woman
standing.
Same as the.
That's correct. And that's where we're going to end our session tonight.
I'm okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm good.
All good?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Well, we're going to roll our credits then, because it's the end of the session. Do you want to lead us out, B?
Tempted to say no. Yeah. Okay. From the Eldritch Outcasts, all of us here and our behind the scenes people, we want to thank everybody tuning in today and in the future. We just wanna give our thanks. thanks for coming. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did I see
We
some,
love you guys.
did I see some bits go out?
Oh,
I think we saw some bits go out.
Project Process again, my baby brother. Thank you so much for the
Yay.
1,000 bits. Once again, love you always.
All right. Well, for B and for everybody else here at the Eldritch Outcasts, I'm going to say thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you guys later. Hey, welcome back, Nick. Yay, welcome back, Nick. All right.
Yay, welcome back. Bye. We love you. Bye. Bye.
Leave us
Bye.
then.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.